yourself to merge into that emptiness, your divine self, where everybody and everything are connected. Friends, let's express gratitude. Gratitude to all things and everybody for allowing us to experience this beautiful life. To your parents, teachers, mentors, to family, friends, everybody, to this nature, to everything you use, to yourself and to this universe. Relax your body and let your autonomous nervous system repair your body as you relax. Recollect your experiences from the session. How did you feel? Who have you become? What have you experienced? Whenever you're ready, you can keep your hands on your eyes for 5 seconds, and then you may open your eyes. Okay, friends. Hope you enjoyed the session. Aligning to what we feel like doing is a very, very important aspect to stay holistically healthy. Holistic healthiness means healthy in all bodies. All illness are psychosomatic. So if the psyche is not well, then ultimately it's going to become an illness into the physical body. Physical body is a gross matter condensed. So while we've been conditioned to stay away from doing what we feel and then instead do what we've been told, meditation is helping us to get back into doing what we feel, because what we feel is what is going to give us that true happiness. The purpose is to align to that thing. Let's see what a few people have said about purpose as a context. Purpose is to be happy, is to live life, to experience life happily. Simple, it's not a big thing. Dalai Lama is saying, from the core of our being, we desire contentment. That there is, you desire that satisfaction in your life. Contentment comes when you are satisfied, when that life is meaningful to you the way you interpret it. Each of us have our own version of what meaningfulness means. If I go and then take care of watering the plants, it doesn't matter whether people bother about me and recognize me, but if I go and take care of watering the plants every day in that park right next to my home, because nobody is taking care of them, it gives me meaningful, that's it. We're doing it. So the more we care for the happiness of others, the greater is our sense of well-being. That is from the Dalai Lama. Happiness of others, in the pursuit for happiness of ourselves, if you look at happiness of others, is the highest circle, the outer circle of taking care of our larger part of ourselves. We are this consciousness. Everybody is there with us. So it's happiness of others is nothing but happiness of ourselves. When you look ourselves as everyone, that oneness, fifth dimension consciousness, where we see ourselves as one. The fourth dimension, we see others as different, but then we understand that through love, compassion, gratitude, we become one. In fifth dimensional consciousness, where we are, every day we do enough meditation, we drop our matter. Great masters like Patriji always lived as that. For them, there's no body, there's no separateness. It's family member, whether it is somebody from the countryside or someone very, very successful as per the society, they're all the same. Because they all, you experience that oneness, wholeness, constantly. Fifth dimensional consciousness is to be in that state. That's why it becomes very natural it became very natural for Patriji to just naturally be with anybody according to their level, because they are just part of him. So to be happy is to work to care for the happiness of others, is Dalai Lama is saying. Could be. Deepak Chopra, Dr. Deepak Chopra, the amazing master from the field of spirituality, he's written so many books. I believe Arvind identified one new book that we'll read, and Naga Pradeep is going to do this book, The 7 Spiritual Laws for Success, that is written by him, very popular. I read his book long ago, Ageless Body, Timeless Mind. He's written many books, Synchro Destiny, many more, maybe 60 plus books. So he's saying a little more. Service to humanity is there, as Dalai Lamaji, but he's also saying, express your unique talent. Combining your ability to express your unique talent with service to humanity. Now, the service to humanity sometimes becomes very big, right? Service to others, they all become big. But then when we see, and then when we regularly meditate, when we see it as just me, and doing for me, it's easy. And it is so. Why do we do what we are doing? If somebody asks for some money, they come and express the difficulties, and then they ask for some money, then why do we do what we do? Because we feel happy in the inside. We feel happy for helping. Is how initially we look at it. And then later we say we feel happy and fortunate for getting that opportunity to help. When we see the other person as consciousness, as someone who is doing on their own journey, then you feel happy and you feel grateful for the opportunity to serve. That's consciousness. But they're giving us an opportunity to serve. They could have taken any other thing. They could have taken the service from somebody else. Every employee in a company working, is an opportunity that we've got. They've chosen to be in that company. That employee can choose themselves to be some other company. We know that. But they're chosen to be with us. And so then how much grateful we should be to everyone who is there. Gratefulness is there. It's a different matter how much they're honoring their word. It's a different matter how much it is necessary for the organization at that moment to have or not have somebody. But then when somebody is choosing to be there in the organization, then it is an opportunity. It's an opportunity for them, but how they view is different, but it's an opportunity for definitely the company to view it in the right spirit, to be grateful, to express the gratefulness. So here, Dr. Deepak Chopra is saying, you express your unique talent. Everybody has a unique talent. That is a gift. If I'm good at carpentry, pottery, drawing, gift. Naturally, ability to speak well, connect well. So utilize it to expand people's experiences, not to shrink and then make them fearful, right? There is a talent, and then use the talent to help others, is what is saying service. Unique talent is there, all of us express the unique talent. Patriji simplified it even more. Purpose of his life is to learn and enjoy, more pragmatic. Constantly learn. Jnana yoga is there. Learning is gain wisdom. Dhyana to jnana, jnana to moksha. I always said this. Jnana, wisdom is required because that is, we are living this life through this enormous discrimination capability of our intellect, the buddhi. The more we learn, the more our buddhi, the intellect is expanding. So the more we decide what is right and wrong in a given situation, so the more we are able to align to take the right calls at any given moment. So learning is required so that we have better understanding of situations, so better respond. So purpose of life is to learn so that it gives us more and more understanding, and it helps us to experience more. When you learn more, you experience more. Knowledge is precursor to experience. Joe Dispenza. The knowledge is precursor to experience. We know it. Only if I know enough about Himalayan terrain, then I can experience more of it. If I don't know adequately about Char Dham, that it has this concept of 16-kilometer trekking, then only if you know about two transports, by horse or by helicopter, we'll just choose one of these two. But if you know the third one, and if you're a nature lover, for sure you're going to hold on to it. I'm not gone there yet, but then I'm dreaming to go there this year, perhaps. But at least I know that, okay, there is 60-kilometer. So knowing is leading towards experiencing it. So it is natural that's why dhyana to jnana, jnana to moksha. Moksha is liberation of suffering, right? Moksha is not a big word. It's just liberate from suffering. Liberate yourself from suffering. Become free. Freedom. Become free from all the pushes and pulls of life. Pleasing people, managing people, just living for somebody for the whole life without expressing what we want to do by ourselves. The purpose of life is to learn, and so you have better understanding, and then there comes the enjoyment naturally. When you are free, then you're automatically enjoying. When you learn, you're doing a new experience, leads to enjoyment. If you do the same thing again and again, it leads to boredom. Osho says, purpose of life is to live life. Live life. That's it. Live life. But what he's saying is he's going even more deeper, more philosophical. Right? Experience life the way it is. He's basically saying that align to your feelings, because whatever you feel like, do now. Right? Whatever you feel, you do now. But in order to do whatever you feel in order to do, we must gain more and more wisdom, more and more mindfulness, more and more awareness. Awareness to recognize what I'm feeling, and then more wisdom so that we gain the strength to take that call. Right? I don't enjoy my work at all anymore. I don't enjoy my work at all anymore, but I'm 45. So there is this constant fear is there. Now, if I leave this job, and then you have this deep calling for starting your own business. But then the safety, the comfort of job is there, that you just cannot take that call to come out. Right? There is not enough courage. You don't enjoy the job. And then every time you're talking about it, every time you're inspired when some startup story comes up, great. You're inspired, you think about it, you read the newspaper articles, and then listen to some people and say, wow, this is good. Main kya kar raha hu yaar idhar? But that's it stops there, and you're not able to make that call. Because the strength is not there, the courage is not there, because the lack of understanding that I'm not going to be taken care. I might get worried. There's nothing like it. If our thoughts create reality is not fully sink in, is not understood well. And so to listening to our heart is to meditate so that we are aware of it, and then to know, to make that strong decision, we got to remove our ignorance about and understand things better. The nature of reality has to be understood more better. My thoughts create reality. So what if I don't have earning for some time? But everybody pursued passions that have always been happy. If it's about happiness, it's not about earning more money. That is also a misunderstanding, that I got to have a lot of money so that I get financial freedom. People who have more money have more problems. We know that. Mostly, I wish I never generalize about anything. And so Patriji is saying that learning and enjoying sort of puts it very practically, that we constantly learn. That's why these sessions are about maximum about knowing more about ourselves. I love this concept that read from everybody. Don't leave anyone if they're matching to these three things, not putting you into making us dependent on somebody. As long as they don't do that, there is some superpower somewhere outside. And then you go and then do this. He discouraged worshipping of either just idols or worshipping of living people as gods. He always discouraged. That some superpower will take care, and instead it's there inside. So as long as we have an alignment to anyone who is talking about you are the power, and then you create it through your own thoughts, as long as alignment is there, and so learn from all of those masters. Read, learn and enjoy, which is for the purpose of why we are here, experience life. And then service comes naturally from there. The purpose for each of us is there, but it is not necessarily one big purpose of life. Very few people may have it. Right in the beginning of the day, like Patriji, some people would know it early on that the only thing I want to do is to just go and serve. But within that, there is, at any given time, what they do is different. My purpose is to do businesses. My purpose is to become a musician, and I want to sing. I want to practice. I want to do it for myself, that infinite enjoyment. My purpose is to simply explore, create more, experience more. Purpose is to bring people together, to give them better life. That's what I feel like. Now, it can be many things, but it is overarching purpose for the life. There's nothing like that we if you don't know, you don't have to bother about it. If there isn't a deep calling about doing something, it is okay. Some people have deep calling from early on to do one or the other, but that's fine. But if you don't have, but it's okay, because the purpose is not necessarily there for the whole. Whatever we do for the given moment, for the next few weeks to few months to few years, maybe 2-3 years, what is that I must do? We have to align to this. So the purpose is not one single thing for the whole life. Ultimately, in the human pursuit of happiness, pleasures of body, pleasures of mind, pleasures of intellect, pleasures of individual consciousness, of universal consciousness. The outer ring is naturally big. We are tiny matter, an impersonal personal self, huge impersonal self. And so that whole impersonal self we take care. That's where you're big. So it's easy to go that way and say intellectually, yes, serving everybody else is serving me, so I'm going to be happy. But then unless we take care of inner layers, we can't be there. Unless we take care of our inner layers, we can't be there. Deep inside, we're going to be unhappy. So we got to fulfill. I like to cook some nice food and eat, but fulfill that. Fulfill that. It is important to eat that nice food. I'd like to go to this pyramid and meditate. What can I say, Srilata madam? What is important? Pyramid meditation is good, or meditation in a great master's place is important? You got to experiment. There's infinity of experience. As we graduate, as we grow, every experience becomes neutral. I mean, every experience is same. They're all experiences. Subha Shubha Parityagi. When we get something we don't like, also we're going to be happy. When we get something that we don't like, death comes to some near family friend, deep illness comes, we'll still be happy. For a period of time, because everything will become an adventure. From a problem, it will become an adventure. So adventures are always, we are seeking actively happiness in every adventure. We know that going up to base camp of Himalayas or trekking 16 kilometers of Kedarnath can be very strenuous, very tough, but we seek pleasure out of it. We know it, we are constantly doing. So every experience becomes a experience to enjoy. That horror movie, so many times we don't like normally, but then we want to see the horror movie. We want to see the horror movie. We are sitting, like this in the chair, but we still want to see the horror movie because deep inside we're enjoying it. So aligning, the purpose is not single big purpose that we don't have to worry about. Instead, align to what is that my heart is telling me to do. Pradeep mentioned it. Now, certain things happen automatically. So when we meditate, the beauty is that we are listening to our heart constantly more. That intuition, that feeling is becoming stronger. Go to Bangalore. His uncle, Balakrishna ji, is an amazing, amazing master. Amazing master. Seth wisdom, it just literally, he's enabled so many thousands of lives. They learn meditation from him, great. But then his calling, Pradeep's calling was somewhere else. He came to Bangalore. He didn't have to know, but then he was aligned enough, strong enough. Now, without meditation too, many times we take decisions, strong decisions. That was how I took my decision to come to India when I was working nicely. Everything was going great. I could have easily continued in the United States, but then I never, somewhere in my feeling, my heart was just never there. I could just never be there, living. I have nothing against the United States. Every place is great. In fact, that country just got so much beauty. You give so much experience of living with nature. Independentness, you can do what you would like to do. Nobody bothers about you, so you're so free. Everybody is bothered about their own life, which is good. First, you got to be happy inside. And of course, then we should not, it's not only we exist, everybody exists too. That is the key. That's where some countries have general psyche, right? Group psyche. But then being happy here is important. And so I tuned in all the time, but I didn't have meditation then. But somewhere, we all have take the calls. So it happens all the time. I didn't have meditation, but then I just felt that I must go back. So in a sense, we never continued to live, even though we went back in 2007 as part of my company to establish office there. VC said, venture capitalist said, you must come relocate. We relocated, but then same thing, 1 year later, things just changed around, even though I relocated there, because this business required it, I went there. But then 1 year later, situations presented themselves that we came back. Situations presented. I became unhappy after about 7 months. Again, I came back. That was in 2007, where meditation was there pretty much for me. Okay. But situations changed quite a bit, that it sort of paved way for me to be coming back and then be in India only. Yet, but I traveled. I loved traveling. So I was moved towards jobs that are more travel oriented, more business roles. I naturally aligned myself as I came into meditation, what is giving me more happiness, to move towards travel roles. But like many, many technologies, I was loving technology. I would just never leave. Just don't want to leave, I still want to do technology. I will become manager, but I still do technology. Nobody wants to let go because the fear of letting go is there. That's where meditation will help to bring that clarity. Do that and do this. Of course, you can do all. The more you meditate, you become the expert of all because you are universal consciousness. So purpose for a time to time is there. We just have to align to it. What do we do? One is by listening to ourselves, our heart core. Second, do something when it's not clear. Always do something. Try something new. You've got 5 things to do, you don't know. You want to start your business, or you want to go back to your village or country where you lived and then serve that place by just doing a little bit of farming and taking care of some social problems there. The third is that you want to just do this new cool technology that has come there. You feel like you want to go, you cool new area, and that banking sector is all just taking off significantly, enabling more services, telecom sector, enabling more services. They're on the rise. So I want to do something there. They're all there. You don't know what to do. But try something new, meaning jump in to do something. Karma is much better than akarma. Don't be in this, you become paralysis by analysis. Don't get paralyzed by analyzing, this and that and this, and I don't know what to do, and then just don't do anything. Karma is better than akarma in Bhagavad Gita, so that we get some experience. Experience leads to learning, to a better discrimination, better decisions, right? Trial and error. So jump in to do something is second. Third one is to understanding your parents' purpose. There are three things that can help. Your parents' purpose is always helping to know what your parents stood for, because generally when we're designing ourselves to come into an environment, and those who are significantly influenced us have their core qualities can help to decide. If they were doing service, potentially from outright go, you might be inclined to do service. You say, wait, one part of me wants to go and then do more and more technology time, but somewhere you feel like every time there's some free time, you want to do service. What to do? Your parents are stood for generally enabling that, then you could be doing it. Your parents stood for doing businesses, you may be cut out for business, not necessarily employment. The concept comes from Kulavrutti. Kulavrutti is what existed in the past. The schools, the education happened in ashrams, the spiritual education happened in ashrams. But what did the student do ultimately? Kulavrutti. Kulavrutti came from where? From the family, because that is the inner talent that is there by default. And so you express that, but you express it in a spiritual way. So I always get the spiritual education, how to live life. You go to ashram and learn from these yogis, the spiritual education, meditation, how to be with nice people and all that, right? Life skills we learn, and then doing something to earn, to live is kulavritti, right? So you can think about this. That can help. In my case, my dad was doing farming and then he went into businesses. So it became natural. And I was at a point to say, hey, should I jump into startup or should I continue as a job? I was enjoying that, definitely, right? That came in. I had these feelings of doing service from childhood. But then I look back and say, my father did a lot of service in the village. He was a sarpanch, he was vice president in the village, always wanting to help somebody else that is there. So that is there, the traits are there. And so then you go in. Expressing is an important element that I always had, this ability to express well, talk and express. So I utilize that. As a leadership, in the managerial thing, it is good to motivate people. So you go into that role, it became natural. Right? It became natural. Then I always utilized, then I was fascinated towards travel and globally traveling. So then my purpose became Buddha Seva becomes a perfect purpose. Your expression, your ability to synthesize a global work and service. And we use technology. The talent that is given to us is important. Technology to be able to connect with all of us. So that's how the Buddha Seva Quantum Foundation, I did not have too much doubt about what I'm doing, because opportunities were there. Doing a lot more work for Pyramid Valley alone is there. There is another bigger project. There are so many projects in PSS movement that I want to continue my service. So many projects. I tried my stint at working for Spiritual Tablet a bit. Spiritual Tablet, Dr. GK is working with a lot of people who cannot afford money to give them beautiful health. So there's a lot of rural areas the work is happening. I couldn't go deep there. I recognize that my talent is to connect with minds that are influencing various aspects in the world. And so I'll also talk to and then have my time to sharing towards it. So we all can align to the purpose by listening, but all of this by listening to heart. A meditation is listening to the heart. Regular meditation, and then pay attention when you're having that coffee in your garden. Something is coming to. When we are most relaxed state, things are coming. When you wake up in the morning, while brushing the teeth, I always said, keep your mind empty. Don't keep it full thinking about what you're going to do that time. Instead, just let things flow, ideas flow that time. I'd like to see if anybody is experiencing ideas flowing in the morning time as soon as you wake up. And if you are paying attention to it, and then using that as guidance for yourself. Say yes in the chat in case you use that as a guidance. Your meditation is, of course, is giving you specific insights. Sometimes experiences come that okay, this has come to tell you that you must go and do that work. So one is listening. That's how I was listening. Especially when after my company's acquisition of IBM, where I had several opportunities to do own company or do full-time service or go and work with IBM for long because you also make a lot of money. Many options were there. But I was listening to myself. It happened during driving. There is a campus called Summers, campus of IBM, which is about outside New York for 40 minutes. So I had to drive quite a bit to that campus to do negotiations. During that time, downloads are happening. What do you want to do next? Until then, I was super focused about acquisition. So just around the time it is finishing, what do you want to do next, Chandra? So there's the stuff. And then Stanley comes. IBM is good company. So why don't you spend time there teaching meditation? If you want to do corporate, you be there. Why do you want to leave this company? So slowly those thoughts kept coming in. It's like, that the messages are downloading. Over a period of 2 weeks, I made my decision that I'm going to be here, whether I'm going to negotiate for teaching meditation as much as I'm going to work to integrate our company's technology into IBM. So talked about it during negotiation. You allow me to teach meditation, allow me to be part of spreading my mindfulness meditation, then I'm going to be there for a little longer than what you want me to stay. Otherwise, my plan was to see how to in any way negotiate and come out in 6 months. But then I end up staying 2.5 years there, which is great. Because I was listening to my heart, where it'll happen, dear friends. You are working on a project, the moment you stop enjoying, it's a wake-up call. We must really, really look at it. Meditation will tell you that this is the time to change. So be brave to take that call. It's going to be always good. And we don't waver, it's going to be good. First one. Second, try something new. We're not clear. Try something new. I'm going to put up a slide about this. Try something new. When we're not clear, we do something new, and then this concept of go into the flow. Now, these are all various things to help us determine what I'm taking up is whether I'm going to enjoy or not, right? Whether I'm going to really love it. So when we're not clear and you've got 3-4 things to do, start with some one of them. You want to do good practice of music, and it requires time. You always loved playing cricket, you want to do that. 2 hours of time you want to give, but then there's something is coming up, you got to take care of this child service, baby service, that community thing, something is there, that family attendance you got to do. Everywhere that issue is always there. Our time is, if we don't set a goal, then our work is expanding to fill all the time. So we never claim our time back, right? But if you set some goal, then moving your time towards that, energy towards it. Time is energy is equal to love, attention. So So the thing is, you got 3, 4 things to do. Try one of them. Try something to. Don't waste time. In analysis, don't waste time. Just jump in. I'll go and then do this music practice. I'll go and then do this. You are inspired by every time somebody talked about this environment protection, inspired. But then go and then do it. I don't know whether I'll have time. It's 1.5 hours away, that project, somebody's doing it. Will I have 1.5 hour time every day? It's so difficult. Not every day, weekends. I can't do it. Instead, we got to jump in and then only have experimentation. That's this concept. Is experiment. You will know it. So aligning your ability and desire. So there is a slide that I talk about it. But then it's all about your natural talent. You want to do something. And then see what your talent is. Are you good at speaking? Are you good at problem solving? Are you good at drawing? Are you good at writing? Are you good at, a specific functional area, technology? Whatever that you're good at, that you've gotten, that you've got. There is a passion for you to do something, because that is the area you want to choose. And that skill will automatically get developed. Alternatively, you got a certain skill that you've been learning your whole life. Chances are that that's your core talent. That's why we naturally are moved towards it. You already made right calls throughout your lifetime, which happens for everybody different. In most cases, it happens. But these days, we're moving more away and away from our heart, and then more and more mind-driven, because the survival thinking is kicked in so much more. So good channel. Now, this concept of going into the flow, once we align, we take our talent, that core talent, what we have, and then align it to one of those 3 or 4 areas that you want to explore, but you don't know. You want to take a break for 6 months and then travel, explore. Suppose this is what you want to do. You're not able to decide. So what do? Attempt this, go into the flow. Don't rock the boat yet. You want to travel for 6 months, take a break. Right? Either travel or go to Himalayas, go to this thing, go to your village and then work on some problem there, go to that tribal area and do something, whatever that is. Don't have to rock the boat, but then do first a small task. Go into the flow is simple. You go do 3 things. Your goal is there, 6 months or 1 year break and do. But then for that, whatever you want to do, take a small goal out of it. One task in that. 1 year travel is your goal, break. One task could be what? Do that small travel, what you want to do to that place, and you want to do some activity, do that first. Once you do, take a small task out of it, but you only do it. Don't delegate to anybody. You do it by yourself. You drive there. You talk to people. You do your own research of which area to go and then what to do. Everything you do by yourself. And then you must do this not out of your comfort zone, meaning you got to take extra, create time and then do it. That means you truly value it or not, you will know it. You see, your days are packed. You have to take extra time. You got to say, you got to be able to tell if it's about going to this place every day in the evening for an hour, and then you got to be able to tell in your company and say, hey, this week it's important for me. I've got this 1 hour time required for me. You take that permission, whatever. Or every day you got some family time, but you got to break that, right? Something you got to break. You go out of your comfort zone and then do that thing. And if you're able to do these 3, a small task, go into the detail, meaning you do by yourself, right? All of it, and then you do it during out of your comfort zone. That means you create specific time for it, not on your free time. And then you do these 3 things. And then when you do them, and then if you enjoy, and then you don't realize the time is going away, you don't realize, you go there and then you feel so good. 2 hours later, somebody has to tell you to come out of it and then go back. You lose time and space there. That's losing time and space. When you are losing time and space, you are experiencing a tremendous amount of energy you're drawing. People go into this flow. Then they do this, when they love what they're doing, then they go into the flow. If you're liking the cricket game, you just go on playing. You love it. You're spending time in nature, you don't recognize the time. And then 3 hours pass, you just keep walking around, you're spending there. You love meditation, your time passes. Of course, meditation is anyway transporting us into no time, no space zone naturally. So we go into the flow. So if you're starting a business, do this, just the document, initial business plan document. Now, if you want to do a break for 1 year, travel. So do one time, do a second time, and see whether you enjoyed everything that you're doing. That planning to going there by yourself, to seeing the places around, to making some notes about it, to whatever that is. And if you're losing time, by the time you finish it and you feel like, okay, it's just, you don't recognize that time has passed, then you are in the right path. So that is the time to make a call. Do a second time and a third time, those small tasks, experiment it. By the time you come to third time, it's diminishing. It's called law of diminishing returns. If you start losing interest, that means you're not cut for it. It's only a mind game. And so eliminate it. And then look at what else is left on your plate, right? When we have multiple things to do, this is an opportunity to try something new and then tend to go into the flow. And so naturally, dear friend, then you know it, whether you are for it or not for it. Okay. Listening to heart is the best. It's what is happening for meditators. You're constantly aligning to what feels good for you, right? By meeting people, so suddenly a whole set of people come into your life. You're not happy at work, but certain things are coming in your way. So time to change a job or time to do something else, right? So going beyond comfort zone is always helping. The flow is going to help you to filter what is the right thing for you, right? And even if you tried this thing of traveling around the world, so you traveled 3 weekends, you use it for traveling, because you're going to use weekends initially, and you travel. And then it's not going to go waste. You're always learning something. That everything we're going to use, learn is going to be of use somewhere in the mega plan of what the life. So this is start trying something new. And the last thing is, dear friends, just as I already talked about, is aligning to look at closely study what your parents stood for. That's going to help to validate what you're feeling. It's going to help to align. Everything is about validation. So then you do that for the next few weeks, months, whatever, right? Years. So in my case, it seems like every few couple of years or 2 to 3 years, things seem to change. Whatever I'm doing, and then I look for everybody, look for something, do different, do new, right? It's natural. In jobs, we do it all the time. Okay. It is the same thing that the Buddha's Quantum Foundation will do, but then we do it differently, right? We do it differently, meaning, for some time now, it's a lot of focus on writing. We're trying to bring a beautiful book out called Miracles of Meditation. It should be published this month. Experience of various, about 40 masters came together that Jagadish and Arvind are so beautifully compiling and putting it together, and then Kaiser agreed to publish our magazine work. So we're doing more writing work, trying to document more things of the benefits in many ways of Buddha's Foundation as a way to make it more abundantly available. So like that, dear friends, we utilize these opportunities to align to what we want. In all of it, strength to take decision is important. And then wanting to try new is important. Meditation helps. Is rebuilding neural connections. So you always want to try new. And it gives you the courage, because it drops the fear out of the past. And so it gives the courage to take active decision. It develops awareness so that it will pay close attention to intuitions to know what is going to give me happiness. It's no longer the third house. No longer one more plot in this builder that is building some more new community. It's all painted beautifully. Oh, great community, so much greenery, lakes are there, you live the life of this and that. But it's no longer that. Thank you very much.
All right.
We'll meet back tomorrow. Yes, meet back tomorrow to conclude the Spiritual Intelligence Week with a Sunday's long meditation. Yes, Pradeep.
So quick announcement, friends. Today being Saturday, we are having a master class evening 5:30 p.m. IST, and so the topic is on manifesting a great future. So there is going to be a panel discussion happening, and we will be getting a chance to hear the panelists' practical experiences. So to take out your time and participate in today's evening master class. Okay, and with that, thank you.
Okay. Some music side.
You have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in your ability. You're capable of anything. You can achieve any dream. Please don't limit yourself. Don't live your life limited. It's not all sadness and misery.
Who would like to talk about their purpose story, how you aligned to it? You feel you are aligned to your purpose. Anybody? Currently you're aligned to what you're doing, and then you sort of navigate yourself towards that. Anybody want to tell the story?
Okay, Akshara.
Hi, Chandra sir. Good morning.
Yes. Good morning.
Yeah, my name is Akshara. So basically, in my childhood, I always dreamt of becoming an artist. So in search of that, I went somewhere, and my family was basically they're very orthodox, and so I pursued engineering, and I topped an MTech also, and after that, I worked in an MNC. So something in life happened in such a way that I used to do theater partially, and after that, I just one day I met with an accident in 2018, and that changed my life completely. So that accident, I had some 8 stitches on my knee, and that I only went when the accident had happened. There was nobody around. I was riding my scooty, and I had a very bad skid in the Bangalore Whitefield ITPL, in front of ITPL basically. So basically, I'm from Bangalore. I live in Mumbai right now, and after that, I moved to Mumbai, and I started pursuing my dreams. And I without anything, like all I had was I just went against my family, I can say. And because for my family, it was very difficult to accept it, because in my personal life, I went through a very tough life actually. So at that particular point of time, even my family was against of it. And then I moved. After that, I was not having a single penny, but I always trusted something, that intuition what you were saying some time ago. So I always followed my heart. So I was associated with the Pyramid Valley since a long time. In 2011 I came, and I since then I'm associated. Whatever classes are conducted, I always come, and even in Buddha Purnima also I had come actually in recent days. So I've done Seth workshop. I'm actually, this is my first hello.
Yes, I'm listening to you.
Yeah.
Yes.
So this was my first class with you, but I attend regular classes with Shan sir. So yeah, so I really liked your teachings and all, and this is really amazing. I'm enjoying it. And coming to that part, I moved to Mumbai, and I started pursuing my dreams and all. I was completely penniless, but I was still, sometimes I used to eat in gurdwaras and all in the morning, and in the evening sometimes I spent like that.
Wow.
And later on I dreamt, okay, I'm an IT engineer, why can't I have a job along with that? I can manage my the dreamed thing, whatever my artist life is there. Then I dreamt of it, I manifested it, and within a year I got it actually, but it took a year long. And now I work with an MNC, which is a US company. So in the evening I work, and the work flexibility is really good, and I am pursuing my dreams. And I've acted, there's an upcoming movie in which I have acted in a supporting role. And I also, like, there are multiple web series also, Maharani 2, in which I have acted. So I'm really loving this process.
That's
So
great.
thanks to you all actually for that. Thanks to you. I mean, indirectly I was always associated with you, and especially my immense gratitude to everybody out there who is from Pyramid Valley, and Patri sir.
Beautiful.
When I met him,
Yeah, go ahead.
yes sir, when I met him, he said dhyan karo. I still remember those words.
You attended any GCSS events, Global Congress of Spiritual Scientists?
No sir, not yet.
Not attended Pyramid Valley. We should start doing from next year. And we will talk to Shreya. Yeah.
Yes
But
sir,
yes,
sure.
thank you for being to Pyramid Valley regularly. That place can definitely bring. A lot of times we gain clarity when you go to these spiritual places and we meditate there.
So actually, that was the place which got me my first work in. I had 5 offers in my hand. I was just confused where to go. So I chose Toyota Kirloskar Motors when I entered Pyramid Valley. It was the guidance from the universe when I meditated in the King's Chamber.
Wow. Okay. That's great. Okay, so thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Akshara ji, so whenever you're coming to Pyramid Valley, or Bangalore, do let us know and come and meet us. Okay?
Yes, sir, definitely. Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right. Yes, we got somebody else.
Okay. Venkatachalapati, sir.
Yeah. Good morning, and I just wanted to share a couple of my experiences today. I went through the 40-day first time program, and I'm going through the second one. It's interesting. So I don't know whether it is intuitive or whether it is coincidental or whatever it is. My father lives with me. He is 91 years old. And when you talked about the wisdom coming down from parents, I could very wonderfully correlate what you were saying. Then second thing, one experience I had today was, breath mindfulness was something that was being explained to us again and again. But today I could feel the breath and my mind getting filled with some sort of experience which I cannot explain. But it was more into the mind, and mind was becoming clear, and things were becoming simpler. And third thing I really like is, yes, I'm at 63 working with a startup in India, more out of passion. But today I really understood the word, I had a new meaning for the word passion. That why you should treat your employees with a sense of gratitude that they have a role to play. They have chosen to be here, and it's not just a commercial contract. They can be an asset, and we can interact with them much more. And I traveled extensively when I was young, and I was at 21, 22 in Himalayas, the places where you would like to go. And if and when you decide to go, Chandraji, I will be happy to accompany you. And my determination, or my something that I would like to do today is to try something new, even if it is in a small way. These are the 4 things or 5 things that I wanted to share with you. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you, Chalapati Garu. That's nice. Very comprehensive understanding. I really loved when you said how much grateful a company and all of the management needs to be to every employee, right? I think that's yes. And
that's
yes,
a key takeaway for me for today.
Yes, and we're going to take your help for the Himalaya trip. You travel extensively to Himalaya, so no doubt.
I'll be there.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. Where are you from? Bangalore?
I live in Noida. I missed your visit to Delhi. I had a fairly good relationship or interaction with Karthikeyan sir. He is associated with a large number of spiritual organizations, and I have been active with several other peoples. But the way we are meditating here is the most simplest thing. It's the best combination of wonderful combination of the essence of a lot of things. Instead of you experimenting with several things, yes, it's a personal journey, but whether it is Ikigai or whether it is Swami Rama or the book clubs, it's a very comprehensive and wonderfully packaged it's like a filtered essence that in the limited time that we have, you make much more out of everything that is being conveyed to us. Thank you, Chandraji.
Thank you, sir. That's great. Patriji, we just took everything that he said and then did, and we're doing it. That's all. I figured we don't have to do something newer, more. A lot of what is given. Of course, he's always asked to experiment in any ways. But reading books was big on him, big. And then equally meditating is big, wonderful. Yes, sir. Yes, Srilata.
Good morning, one and all. Am I audible, sir?
Yesterday I met you, brother. Here, is it your brother? I met someone who said the brother of Srilata. Not your brother, somebody else. Okay.
Yes, master, I'm teaching the same to everyone, even the group which I have created for elders, that to do whatever your wish. It may be a poem, it may be a song, it may be dance, do something extraordinary. But I personally, I am killing my dance and all. My passion. I'm saying to everyone to do something different, what you like. But I'm not doing. But today my eyes are open. See, I'm teaching to everyone what I'm getting innerly. But I'm not doing what I'm getting innerly. First, we have to practice. Then I have to teach everyone. Now I got this answer today in class. From today onwards, I'm going to do dance. Whatever it may be, I don't care if I'm huge also personality. I don't care. I enjoy my dance. I want to dance. Yes, Master, thank you for giving wonderful knowledge. And I follow my intuitions. If I want to do service with GK, Dr. GK, then I just go away and do something little bit, whatever I can do there. Near Shadnagar, I go to the patient gods, the house visits, and I'll go there, and whatever that GK master says, I do that. I'm really happy with whatever small things I'm doing. I'm really happy. Thank you for the meditation. Whatever you are teaching are really wonderful, and thank you, master.
That's great. Yes. Eventually, all meditators will move towards having some skill, music, art, dance. something, because that's next best after meditation, is to have something that we are associated to. But I'm glad that you're finding that, and then the strength to take time to do it. All the best. Please do actively participate in our closing ceremony with your dance. All right. All right. Yes, we've got Sheila, madam, the last one. Actually, we are 5 minutes past. Yes, madam.
Good morning, sir, and all the team. Actually, I just want to share all my life changing from the first. Initially, I was not associated with this Buddha CEO, but I used to participate in other religious organizations like.
I'm going to stop you there. Can we do this tomorrow? Because you're not shared. Tomorrow, more people are, they'll be really good. You want to do that tomorrow?
Okay, sir.
5 minutes pass. I also need to go for another meeting. But let's do it tomorrow.
Okay, right? Sir. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much. Yes.
Thank you, sir.
All right, friends. So thank you very much. I will see you tomorrow. And facilitators will have a quick meeting immediately after this.
You have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in your ability. You're capable of anything. You can achieve any dream. Please don't